Well, hey folks, how's it going today? I hope everyone's doing really good. Well, we're nearing the end on this one. This has been quite a project here, getting this one back in order, but we're getting ready to actually start reassembling the guitar, which is a great thing. So in the last video, I showed you guys that I had to glue some dowels in each of these, re-drill them, and press these back in. I actually pounded them back in with a fret hammer, but there was, a 1/16 of an inch gap all the way around them, and them are supposed to be solid and pressed in. So just a little minor setback. I did do the frets, clean, polished, and took care of some high frets as well. So we had to level them and do all that kind of stuff too. So I did do a video on that as well if you want to check it out. So the owner likes my little sign off at the end of the videos. So I left him a little mark on the underside of his neck plate. I'm sure he won't mind. Hopefully he gets a kick out of that. So anyway, let's put this back together. Okay, so bolting a guitar neck on can be kind of tricky for some people if you've never done it. So this is how I like to do it. I like to stand the guitar up on its edge and just kind of pinch the neck in place. And we'll get the screws located. Right now I've got one just to get me started, and that kind of holds the neck plate in place while I get the other screws, and just want to get one started in here just to hold it, and we'll put the other ones right in. Okay, I'm not going to put this in super tight. Okay, so I left it just loose enough so I could swing the plate up around where it belongs, and there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to pinch the neck in there sort of snug. Now I'm going to tighten this cross corner bolt here, and then I'll just run the other bolts in, and we'll kind of look at the neck pocket from the other side and just make sure that it's sitting in there properly. Very important step right here. You got to make sure everything is straight. Same with your string pull. Now the reason I'm putting the neck on before I put the bridge on is because I'm going to use this for some reference and take some measurements off the nut as well. So this is my procedure. I would do this before if I was building a guitar, let's say, and I hadn't located the bridge yet, I would put the neck on it first so I could take measurements. Just, if you weren't using a template and just, building one from scratch on your own, that's really how you'd have to go about it. You need the neck on there. Okay. So we're going to take a peek at that now, make sure the neck is sitting in there. That looks pretty good right there. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten those screws up. I'm not 100% sure this is where it's going to stay, but okay. Now go right around them and cross corner and do that kind of stuff so you got them in there. Okay, now another little trick. If you do get a burr on these, sometimes you can just take a regular hammer and tap on it. Put a piece of cloth there and just kind of tap on it, and you can flatten them right back out or file them. Either way. Okay, so now it's time to locate the bridge here and get that back where it belongs. Okay, so get everything kind of lined up here, and I've got this little straight edge up against the pickup. Now I'm not depending on that to be square. I'm just using it as a reference and trying to make everything pleasing to the eye, but also have a straight string path. Now what I have here is a couple pieces of stainless steel welding wire. I bent them at a 90 degree so I can put them down in the hole. And what I've got going on the other end here is I set them in the slot in the nut where the string's going to go, and that allows me to get a visual on what's going on there. Now those are quite big, so it's going to look like it's right on the edge of the fretboard, which it is kind of with that diameter, but it does help me to align things. Now you could do the same thing with some dental floss, guitar strings, carpenter string, and just tie them in where the saddle would go, and you could do the same thing really. This just works for me. It's quick. If I have to make adjustments, I can just pull these out of there and I'm good to go. So everything looks pretty straight right now. So the next thing I'm going to do, I have one screw in the back here just to hold it for alignment, and it was in an existing hole. Checking the scale length, so I've got the nut, the rule pushed up to the nut, so basically 25.5 comes right about here, which is good. It used to be way out here, so that's going to help us so we can get the intonation perfect from now on. So I'm going to mark these out with a punch, and then drill some holes to mount the bridge plate, and we should be good to go. After that, we'll put the saddles in, string it up, and give it a good looking over and see how everything looks as far as alignment and action. And of course, we're going to have to do some tweaking, I'm sure, but you never know. Sometimes you can bolt these together and they're just right. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so I've used a punch to center up the holes here, and what we're going to do now, I'm just using a piece of stainless TIG wire. It's not even a drill bit, but it works good. Okay, so you want to drill, a pilot so these don't tear the wood up and split everything up. And that way you won't be breaking screws off either. That's a real issue when you do that, so always use a punch to center the drill bit on, and or if you're not using a drill bit, I use a piece of wire a lot of times, just because I don't have to worry about it breaking, and it comes out easy, and it does the job. Okay, so we've got 2 bolts in here now, cross corner. Everything is pretty secure there. We'll do these 2, and then we'll put the saddles in. Okay, here goes number 3. I'm not using power tools on these, just using a good screwdriver, keeping a lot of down pressure as I go. These screws that usually come with guitar hardware, for some reason it's really cheap stuff, but it works, it'll hold. It's nothing you're gonna take in and out multiple times, that's for sure. Okay, it's on a little bit of an angle there, but it's okay. It's going to straighten itself out. Again, if you even start to feel that move, you want to regroup, get a different screwdriver or something, because those will strip very easy. Okay, she's all bolted on. Got a little bit of touch-up work to do from some old screw holes here, but I think I can hide them pretty well. And they're not a real eyesore at first glance, unless you're really looking at it, but it had to be done to make this right. So we'll see what we can do to kind of hide them. Okay, in with the saddles here. Now, a few people that are just watching this video for the first time, I did a bunch of videos on the repair work on this guitar here. And we had to move the bridge forward to gain some more intonation adjustment. So that's why you see 12 holes instead of 6 here. I had to drill some new ones in behind them, so that way the strings would come up through the string ferrules straight and line up with the holes. Well, we're gaining, folks. Down to the last 2 here. I also wanted to add, somebody did comment and remark that a short telly bridge would have worked on here because the holes are in the back. And I just wanted to clarify that I did try one. I have one in my cabinet, and it just wouldn't work out. So that's what we had to do, was just drill a new set of holes, which now you really can't see them anymore. So unless you know, you're not going to know. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. We got the saddles back in it, ready to put some strings on, and should have this ready to roll here within the hour, hopefully. Let's get to it. Okay, we're going to put a set of Ernie Ball 10s on here, 10 through 46. That's what the player likes, so let's see what happens here. Okay, so what I've done here is I put the 2 E strings on first, the outside ones. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to look at the string path, make sure that's all good. Looks good to me. It's tough to look through the camera and look at the strings, but I think everything's lined up pretty good here. Well, off camera, I got a lot better look at it, and it is. It's nice and straight, and that's just what we want. So I can put the rest of the strings on now, and then we can work on the intonation and the action. Okay, well, we got the strings back on. I must say it was very easy to get the strings up through there now. Now we got to get the intonation set, and we should be in good shape. Okay, so we're going to check the intonation here. I basically kind of set everything off that 25.5 mark, and just, there's always like a little offset thing that happens. You guys know what it looks like, I'm sure, but anyways, just kind of eyeballed this, and now what we're going to do is check it. So get a good tuner. Always make sure your strings are fully stretched out too. I just put new strings on this, so I had to make sure they're stretched. Don't try to intonate it with, brand new strings that aren't stretched. You really should do this in player's position too, in my opinion, but for video purposes, we're going to do it right here on the bench. So what we want to do is just, that's pretty good right there. So that's good enough. And it didn't move, so I'm just checking them at the 12th fret. That's pretty good too. A little sharp, but so I'll check it open again. Okay, it's a little sharp anyway, so it's close, but that's good and spot on right there. Okay, I am kind of out of position here doing this, so I could be pulling these a little bit. I will do this in player position. So it shows that's a little sharp by 1 cent. So if it's sharp, I would just tighten the screw. If they're flat, you got to go the other way. Okay, so let's do this one right here. It's a little bit sharp, not bad. All right, so I'm gonna just tighten that a little bit. And it's going to be sharp now. I mean, you got to expect that, where you just move the saddle. And all we're doing is just making a scale length for this string. That's pretty close. I'm going to take it just a little bit more here. All right. Just kind of let it settle out. Now I could be pulling that just because I'm out of position here on camera, you know what I mean? So this probably is not the greatest example of how I do this, but okay, now we're looking spot on here. Pretty handy. Okay. It's within a cent, but I'm going to take it just a little bit more because we want it as close as we can get it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. G string. That's good enough. I mean, B's just slightly flat, but that's pretty good, too. That's within a cent. I mean, I'm gonna get a straight pull on that because, okay, so that one's a little bit sharp, so we'll tighten it. Boom, there we go. So remember, if you hit the open note, get it into pitch. If you hit the 12th fret, and that's what I'm doing here, I'm just fretting at the 12th fret, okay? Now, if you fret it at the 12th fret, and it's sharp, just remember that the saddle needs to go this way. If you fret it at the 12th fret and it's flat, then you got to go that way. And that should get you there. Now it'll surprise you how far you have to move these just to gain, a few cents. It's really pretty amazing, actually. But you're stretching the string too when you do it, and there's that whole thing. So that's intonated as close as you could probably get it. I mean, we're talking within a cent. So everything worked out well. We still have a lot of adjustment left too in both directions, which is great. That was really troubling the guitar, was just where the bridge was, and it was pretty much a 1/4 of an inch back this way, and now we've moved it ahead so we could have this access to the saddle movement here for intonation. It's also going to change the sound of it too, because now we're closer to the pickup here. It'll surprise you. Let's say you move the pickup a 1/4 of an inch this way or a 1/4 of an inch that way. It does make a difference in the sound. And I think this will be for the better, definitely. So that's how I go through my little process with intonation. It's very important, folks. You try to get it as close as you possibly can. It'll just make your playing sound that much better. Everything's in tune, and people will think you're a genius or something. Okay, let's see what this thing sounds like. Well, hey folks, how's it going today? I hope everyone's doing really good. Well, I finished it, finally. Took me a while to get this one in order, but I did it. And this does play some kind of nice. It's got a nice sound to it as well. This has got hand-wound Lindy Freeland P90s in it. Let's just get right into it. We'll start right on the neck pickup here. Excuse my playing, folks. My hands are really sore. I did a lot of fret work to this as well. That always gets my hands right in my knuckles mostly. I think it's arthritis, but okay. Here's both pickups. Really nice. Okay, let's check out the bridge pickup. I haven't moved these up and down at all either. This is just how it came, so. Well, that one's got a little back to it. Let's see if it's got any bite. Oh yeah. Wow, what a cool guitar. This has been a lot of fun working on this. Cool weight too. This has got a nice weight. It's ash, okay? Now this was hand built by Aronson. I don't know the man's first name, but it's an Aronson guitar. The owner had this custom made for him, and I just kind of took it the rest of the way and tweaked it and got it set up like he wants it to be, and I think everything come out really nice. I mean, it's just a nice instrument. Everything is straight as an arrow. The string path is completely just dead on straight. That makes a big difference. It really does, folks. You know, if the neck's hee-hawed or the bridge is off, it's on a skew, it can affect things like that. The guitar really resonates well acoustically, and intonation, listen to that. It's perfect. Any way you play it. So, thanks again for sticking around on this. I know these have been some pretty long videos here, but, you know, I really needed to take the time to explain what was going on, because this is a little different scenario here. You know, it's not like you're dealing with a, you know, factory built instrument. You know, this is done by hand. It takes a lot of thought and a lot of skill to do this. Just, you know, starting with a blank piece of wood, like I said before in the previous videos. So this would make a beautiful jazz guitar, rock guitar. Really cool. I'm kind of wailing on it a little hard too. If you hear any kind of buzzy noises, it's my thing. When I fix a guitar, I wail on them and get everything doing what it's supposed to, and hopefully everything settles into a spot where it's going to stay. This one is good to go though. No complaints. I mean, I'd take this to a gig right now myself. Even with 10 gauge strings on it, which I play 9 gauge, usually 942s, 946. These are 1046, and they feel pretty good to me, really. The frets feel pretty nice to bend strings on. I did do quite a bit of fret work to it, and I actually lowered the frets a little bit. I had to, just to get some of the high frets and things like that straightened out. The fret ends feel pretty good too now. Actually feel really good. And, oh. My apologies, folks, for the last little bit there. The camera fell out of the stand on me. this is how life is, at least mine. My camera system is an absolute joke, but, you know, it is what it is. I get by somehow. I do this all alone. Thanks again for watching, folks. I really do appreciate all the nice comments and all the ideas that you guys have, too. That's really helpful. You know, I'm all for that. Positive comments, sharing information in the comment section as well. I know the viewers appreciate that, too. Once in a while we get a couple dubs that swing by and they say dumb things, but just ignore it. I usually just hide them from the channel anyways because I don't really want to deal with it. And I don't want you guys having to read stuff like that either. Okay, thanks again. We'll see you guys real soon. I got 4 more guitars to repair for this guy right here, so back to work. This one's done though, and very nice instrument. There's only one thing I think I would change if this was my guitar. I think I would probably add a string tree, maybe even a 3 tree. They are staggered tuners, so they do kind of pull the break angle down. Maybe a little more would be good on the E and B. That's my opinion, though, totally. It plays fine just like it is. And there's no issues of the strings popping out of the knot or anything like that. So it's a great guitar. It sounds really, really nice and plays very nice too. It's just got a good feeling neck on it all the way around. So thanks again, folks. We'll see you real soon. Be good. Okie doke.